Hey, what's going on, you guys? My name is the Raptor, and today we are watching the new and kind of old death battle that just came out. The Chief of Masters from Halo versus the Doomslaying guy from Doom. Now, if this is the first time you're watching this channel, hi, nice to meet you. If this is not your first time watching this channel, then you'll probably know that I have been decently outspoken about this not being the rematch that I wanted the most to win from the rematch poll. It definitely wasn't my least wanted, but it wasn't my most wanted either, and I've kind of been talking about, in my opinion, what I think makes the most sense to do, a rematch for various episodes, why I think rematches should happen or shouldn't happen. And I guess my main point is that the appeals that we get from this rematch just don't need to be done through a rematch. Like, if you really just want to update characters, you can put these characters in more interesting matchups aside from just putting them together again in what I personally feel is not really an interesting matchup anymore. But I'm not going to shun this matchup away just because it wasn't exactly what I wanted. I'm sure it's still going to be a great time. I'm sure I'm still going to have a lot of fun, but those are just my general opinions on that in case you were interested. But I'm still looking forward to this. In terms of who I want to win or who I'm rooting for, I'll be honest, I never really got that much into those first-person shooter games. I just never really got that good at them. It's not my wheelhouse when it comes to video games, and some of my friends were really good at them, the friends who introduced me to that kind of game, so it kind of discouraged me to get better at them, But I think just because of how iconic Halo is and Master Chief and what I've seen of that property, I think I would probably just root for Master Chief. It's not one where I definitely have a character that I really want to see win over the other. I think I would just default to Master Chief in this case. In terms of who I think is going to win, Doomslayer. Let's go.
It's me!
Oh, look, the boomstick plush!
It's time for a death battle!
Hell yeah, I'm getting that, by the way.
Just
I've already
kidding.
pre-ordered it.
That's the brand new Boomstick U2s. It's a limited time thing, so move your butts and get it while you still
I tried to win the
can.
giveaway
Just
on
click the
Instagram.
link
I did not
below to
win.
go to YouTubes.com.
But I'm definitely picking it up. Anyway, coming up, Master Chief versus Doomslayer. Let's go. Still
Master
hoping we
Chief
at least get a fun time out of it,
Doomslayer.
right?
The super soldier and
And
the
if you're
demon
really excited
destroyer
for it,
of
I hope this is
Doom.
what you want.
He's Wiz and I'm
Or what you
Boomstick.
wanted.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to
Find out who would win a
a
death battle. I mean, it's still a death battle, right? So let's go.
Born in the distant year of 2511, John grew up in a normal space colony many light years
Right, just
from
John.
Earth.
Or to start,
However,
John 117
John
later.
was anything but normal.
He was different from the other boys. Taller, stronger, meaner.
Which is why the brilliant Dr.
And that was
Halsey
before
chose
all
him
that,
for her
all
great
those enhancements.
experiment, the Spartan II program.
Well, he wasn't just chosen, he was kidnapped, replaced by
Right.
a dying clone so nobody would know.
Newly
Yeah,
conscripted into
I
the
mean,
United Nations
chosen,
Space Command
kidnapped,
as
it's all the
John
same in these kinds of
117,
stories.
He was only
Yeah, there it is,
6
John
years old.
117.
He wasn't the only one. Him and 74 other kids got shoved into the
He
deadliest
dislikes
summer
Paramount
camp
Plus,
ever,
damn.
going through intense training to be molded into child soldiers. Because you can't spell infantry without infant.
The training tore
Was that
away
Roger
John's
Rabbit, actually?
identity. He couldn't remember
was something
his
like
family.
that
He
clip of the
couldn't remember
baby.
his home. He couldn't even remember his full name. All that mattered was the game, the mission.
I've seen
And
these
boy,
games
was he
before,
good at it.
or I've played these
Learning
games
all
before.
sorts of military
You know what I'm
history,
talking about.
tactics, leadership, and best of all, weapons.
8
Oh,
years
yeah.
later, he was finally prepared for the augmentation process that would make him superhuman. Augmentation which almost half of his peers did not survive, and even more.
I mean, he's just built different, right?
Hey, he's got this. How bad could it be?
Well, he's the main
The
character. Of course he's
biochemical
got
and
this.
biomechanical
He
process
kind of has
was
to.
extraordinary. Hormones and protein complexes boosted his muscle growth to an inhuman scale.
Yeah,
His
when you
senses
start getting
were
into like the
surgically
nitty-gritty
enhanced
of
by
how the
rewiring his
super
brain
soldier
and
stuff works, it's a little
capillaries.
disturbing.
Carbide ceramic was grafted to his skeleton to make his bones nearly unbreakable.
Mm-hmm.
His nervous system was literally shocked into reacting 300% faster at all times.
300%,
And with a
so,
little luck, John
a
was
few times
torn
faster
apart
than
and
normal.
rebuilt as something new.
A Spartan.
Hell yeah.
Hey, the press is.
I mean, that's from the
but you
Paramount
can't
Plus
argue
show,
with the
right?
results. And it wasn't long before he earned the rank of Master Chief Petty Officer. Time to fight some crazy aliens.
Yep.
And he has the gear to take on a whole army by himself.
Oh yeah, so much
Oh,
gear.
yeah. The M85C assault rifle can fire.
I did watch the original
650
before
rounds in a
this,
minute.
the original Master Chief
M6R
versus
is
Doomguy,
nicknamed
but
the Spartan
there's
Laser
definitely
for
some
a
updated
reason.
stuff here.
It can blow up tanks with a single beam of light. He's got a semi-auto
Blade,
rocket
okay.
launcher with a lock-on feature, and if you're as lucky as John, a jumping feature.
Right, yeah, he can
Oh,
jump
don't
so
get me started
high.
on that beautiful, beautiful pistol. Ah, good times.
Yeah, I'm sure Boomstick is happy that this one won the rematch poll.
The Covenant's charging plasma pistol, homing needler, and sticky plasma grenades add whole new strategies to Master Chief's combat style.
Oh, yeah.
And the weapons from the Banished
A lot of
basically
versatility
shoot
for a lot of
big,
different
scary
strategies.
spikes at people. Kind of hardcore.
Unless he
Definitely
finds
hardcore,
the
yeah.
energy sword or gravity hammer first, then he's gonna jump in swinging. Come on.
Yeah, a
you
lot
know
of stuff
everyone goes
for
the
close range
sword.
and
Out
long
of the
range.
135 plus weapons he's carried, the tech of the Forerunners may be his most
Right.
impressive find. Ionized particle weapons, slip space portal generators, and shields made of extremely durable hard light. In fact, by tapping into a Forerunner ship he was on, a massive amount of that very hard light formed a shield strong enough to save him from a point-blank 30-megaton nuclear warhead.
Okay.
It annihilated
Although
a
specifically the
whole
hard
starship,
light.
and Chief was just
I guess implying
fine,
he can't do that
floating around
himself.
in space like he's
But if he has
chilling
the
at
shield,
pool.
that still
I
helps.
guess it helps that he's wearing armor so badass it's named after Thor's hammer, Mjolnir.
Yep.
Mjolnir.
Mjolnir armor,
The
yeah.
Mjolnir armor improves his
And
strength
Cortana, of
speed
course.
even more, has energy shields to block incoming fire, and fills his wounds with medical biofoam. He's got a grappling
Gotcha.
hook, cause who doesn't? And thrusters so he can fly. Well, kind of.
Spartans in armor have dodged laser fire from the Type 50 beam rifle, and Master Chief has pushed himself to run 66 miles per hour, matching the top speed of a cheetah.
And he's
Damn.
strong enough to flip.
I mean, those
a
reactions are obviously a lot more
66-ton
impressive, but still.
scorpion tank, and even an elephant.
What? Why would he throw an elephant?
No,
Why
no,
not?
Riz, not the animal, though he could definitely suplex the hell out of one of those if he wanted to. I'm talking about that behemoth of a mega truck that moves like 2 miles
Yeah.
an hour. Even the game wonders how Chief can flip that 200-ton beast.
I mean,
can
if he
access
does it,
other
he does it,
equipment
right?
with Mjolnir armor, like invisibility, speed boosts, extra shields, and even 10 seconds of total invincibility. But even without
10
those,
seconds.
the armor is strong enough to survive re-entering the Earth's atmosphere and crashing to the ground.
They mentioned that in the
moment
original
we all
episode.
realize just how tough this guy really is. Tough enough to end the war with the alien covenant almost single-handedly. He was so scary, the aliens even started calling him the Demon.
You'd
The
think he
demon.
wouldn't still be a petty officer.
Well, then
after that. If
Doomslayer
anyone
won't
deserves
like
a raise,
that.
It's him.
Oh, Master Chief Petty Officer is the highest rank for enlisted recruits.
Still, a lot of
commissioned
good
officer
feats
isn't
there.
as active in the field. Kind of defeats the whole point of being a super soldier, right?
Makes sense. And he wasn't totally alone in this. He had
Right.
the help of an onboard artificial intelligence system based on the mind of Dr. Halsey herself, Cortana.
God, everything comes with AI these days.
That's supposed to be
This
Chucky.
one's different though. Or wait, maybe not. Is anyone horny for Alexa?
Cortana can hack
let's not talk
other
about that.
AIs, even those designed by far more advanced civilizations. She is constantly tracking enemies, can guide large-scale battles, and even process the entirety of human knowledge in less than 2 hours. ChatGPT could never.
I mean,
No,
Chief
probably
isn't
not.
too far from an
Well,
emotionless
not yet, anyway.
robot himself. Halsey made him like that.
Sort of. He's a force to be reckoned with, but John lost a lot of himself along the way. As luck would have it, and John is quite lucky, Cortana proved herself a dear friend. Even when she started her
Good.
villain arc and exploded. But it's
Bad.
okay, he's just like Thor.
Kind of ironic how the artificial chick based on the woman who destroyed his life would bring back his sense of humanity.
But no matter
It's
who
like
or
poetry,
what
it
he has on
rhymes,
his
right?
side, the Master Chief is no mere hero of Earth, but a savior of the galaxy.
Whether or not he starts a fight, you can be
He'll
damn
end it.
sure he'll finish it.
Yep. All right, well, I wish you good luck, Chief.
Two
Now let's talk
dark
about
moons circle the
Doomslayer.
red planet of Mars. Phobos,
Right, the two
named for
moons,
Greek
Phobos
god
and
of fear,
Deimos.
And Deimos,
I've gotten a lot
inspired by
more
the
into
god of
astronomy
dread.
in the last
Sounds like
couple
the
years.
perfect place for portals to the burning abyss.
As demons swarmed the Martian moon of Phobos, only one man survived to tell the tale and push the demons back to the pits of hell.
Right.
He was a space marine until
And yeah,
he
his name is
refused an
unknown.
order to
Hates
fire on
demons,
civilians.
demons.
He was an engineer until
His
his
pet
base
rabbit,
was overrun by
skateboarding,
demons.
Isabel.
He owned a cute pet rabbit named Daisy until those demons murdered her.
Oh, come
pissing
on
him off
now.
So much, even the Hulk would be jealous.
This impossible
I mean, we
man
just
was
had
known
Kratos and
as-
Asura on the show,
well,
but sure, why
nobody
not?
really knows. He's a mystery, a symbol of both death and hope. So we just call him
Doomguy.
Doomguy, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because as I was trying to say
There's a
before,
reason
like he
why my leg
doesn't.
is the
That
same
was like his
super
colloquial
shotgun
name,
he's
right?
got.
Like he didn't really have an
You can
official
get
name. Oh,
your own
Boomstick,
super
hi.
Shotgun on me, where it belongs.
What is that?
My
Oh, we're doing
YouTube,
more
stupid.
YouTube's
It's
plugs?
just like me, except 8.2 times
I
more
already
huggable.
reacted to
Because
this. I
the
thought I was
shotgun
doing a
doesn't
nice
randomly go
thing.
Yeah, right. I hope not. But this is a one-time thing. Once they sell out, they're gone. So
I'm
hurry
just
up.
wait this
I
out.
said hurry up, Wiz.
Okay, I'll get one. Was going to anyway. The
I'm getting
quality's
one.
Immaculate.
Anyway, Doomguy.
All right, back on
so
topic.
Freaking cool. He scrounged up a slew of weapons from who knows where and got down to some good old-fashioned running and gunning.
Rifles, shotguns, flamethrowers,
I mean, he might not
plasma
be as
guns, rocket
versatile
launchers,
as Chief just in
chainsaws, and
quantity, but
frankly
that's still a
terrifying
lot of
looking grappling
stuff.
hook.
The Unmaker is a celestial supergun, shooting beams of light that take down demons
Beams of light
in one
again.
shot.
Only rivaled by the incredible feat of technology that is the BFG 9000.
Right, the big
Don't
fucking gun,
sugarcoat it,
right?
Wiz, that's the big fucking
Yeah.
gun. A single
Again, I
plasma
rewatched
shot
the
from this
original.
beauty can annihilate everything
That's definitely
in
what
front of
BFG
Doomguy
means.
instantly. It's like a handheld mini atom bomb launcher. It's also the power source for the BFG 10,000, a massive weapons platform that blasted a hole through Mars.
And so, Doomguy
Jeez.
discovered his life's mission, to kill every
Okay, so
demon
it's the same
ever.
power
No,
source,
really,
probably not
he
the
is
exact same
absolutely
power,
obsessed
but
with slaughtering demons,
right.
like an addict.
But that's got to be more than
Look
30
at him
megatons,
go.
right?
Oh yeah, that's addictive. He killed demons on Phobos. He killed demons on Deimos.
Mm-hmm.
He killed demons on Earth. He even killed demons in Hell.
The sheer scale of demonic violence changed him, breaking him down into
I mean,
a
war
living
changes a
weapon.
person,
Good thing he
no
got
matter
some
what the
time
war
to
is.
himself to grind some rails. And with Isabel,
Yeah, if you like
and
skateboarding,
visit
and
the faraway
Isabel.
world of Argent de Nerve. Well, for all of about 10 seconds before he was thrown into a coliseum. Naturally, he was the best fighter there. He even joined
Right,
and
so
trained
he'll
with
get
the
out of it
Night
no
Sentinels,
problem.
an elite fighting force.
And then
So he's
Hell
still a good
showed
fighter.
up on that planet too.
Very
Man,
important to know,
my
because
guy
not
really
everyone may
can't
know
catch
that.
a break, can he?
While most people would be
Hey,
terrified
Ash
of demons
Williams.
showing up to murder them,
I saw the
something
musical
had
version of
shifted.
Evil Dead, by the way.
Doomguy wasn't scared of the demons.
I enjoyed it.
The demons were scared of him. Hellwalker,
Mm-hmm.
they called him. The Beast, the Unchained Predator. But his time with the Night Sentinels solidified a new moniker.
Right, I was about to
One
say,
that
we're
would strike
getting to the
terror
Doomslayer
throughout the
name then,
dark
right? We
realm.
have to be.
Doomslayer.
There it is.
Imagine being those demons, excited to invade a whole new world far away from that helmeted freak who killed you last time.
Right.
Just to stumble onto him all
He's
over
just ruining
again.
their fun.
I'd be scared too. The Slayer is like a fusion dance of Jason Voorhees and the goddamn Terminator. He's
I mean,
always coming up with new ways
fairly
to
accurate,
kill
yeah.
demons. But my fave is the blazing sword called the Crucible.
Right.
The
Crucible.
is powered
Awesome
by
looking.
Argent energy, sort of like a fuel for hell. Completely charged, it can power all of Earth for up to 8 months. Granted,
Wow.
much of Earth had been decimated at that point, but it's future technology, so it probably evens out. By taking the average
Sure.
annual consumption
Oh,
of
we're gonna
Earth
calculate
and
this.
narrowing
Okay,
it down
great.
to 2/3, given the 8 months time.
Yep.
Thereby multiplying it by 0.666. How fitting. We can conclude
Oh, that's
that
nice how they
Crucible's
threw that
full
in there.
charge outputs over 53 quadrillion joules of energy.
Oh,
giving
crap.
An output of approximately
Joules to tons. What's the conversion again?
157 kilowatt hours.
You divide it by like
Yeah,
4
big number.
point something
That's
billion,
nice,
I
but
think.
the Slayer just uses the Crucible to blow shit up. Even without it, he can fight specters, which are totally invisible to most people. He's strong
Oh.
enough to knock around these enormous steel blocks like nothing, and can even take down titans with his bare hands.
That's like a
Titans
titan
that
of
can be
immeasurable
1,000
power.
feet tall.
I
Is
mean,
this guy even human?
Those on
Who
Earth
knows,
might not
like,
think
what
so.
the-
He's
if
not
that's
just
literal,
a hero
but
of the people.
still.
Some believe he's more.
Like a religion.
Hey, Peter.
Like a god.
Well, hang on.
Hey,
We
Peter,
know
how
he's
do you do the
human
Joe
because
Swanson
we know his
impression?
ancestry. Doomguy is the great-grandson of B.J. Blazkowicz from the Wolfenstein games, which means Doomguy's father is the one and only Commander Keen.
I
Okay.
don't know. That just makes him even more mysterious.
I mean,
Regardless,
yeah.
the Slayer has
Sometimes
plenty
that's
of
the awesome
upgrades,
part.
power-ups, and rune
just
enhancements
characters
that make
in
him
general.
seem superhuman, like speeding up his perception of time, turning partially invisible, or even becoming completely invulnerable for 30 seconds. But don't get it wrong, the Slayer is not invincible. While his rage makes him an unstoppable force of fury, it consumes him.
Oh, yeah.
He's less a precise weapon and more like setting loose a bull in a china shop. If the bull was also strapped to 8 swinging wrecking balls and a
I mean, is that
rocket-powered
always a
steamroller.
problem,
The
though?
Praetor suit may be an ancient relic.
It definitely helps
but
for
it's
fighting off,
also
like,
the
mobs
most
of
advanced
enemies.
set of armor in the universe and totally indestructible. Oh, and Assassin's Creed guy wishes he had a wrist knife as epic as the Doom Blade.
Back in
I mean,
his
with that
Doomguy
technology,
days,
yeah,
he
well, why
relied on
wouldn't you?
mega armor that could half all damage. Now his Praetor suit can withstand Argent Plasma, the same energy that powers the Crucible. He can even tank actual meteors.
Or he'll just dodge the meteors, because he's fast enough to outrun rockets from a rocket launcher.
He also has some help in the form of Vega, an AI he found overseeing mining operations on Mars. While Vega was not originally designed for combat scenarios, it is proficient in hacking and technical know-how. Vega can even create portals to alternate dimensions, including hell itself.
It's like pizza delivery.
We're definitely going to hell,
of
right?
Course, that just makes it easier for
battle?
Doomslayer to chainsaw them all in half.
And time works differently in hell. The Slayer may technically be human,
withstood temperatures
but
hotter
his
than the
rage
sun,
evolved him, turning him into something more.
And then he was literally blessed with immortality. Yeah, he can still technically die, but he no longer ages. So he's been killing demons.
It's very important to make that distinction, because immortality can mean so many different things.
Of years.
However, it turns out the Slayer was all part of a grander story. For Vega was actually the remnant of an ancient god.
God is an AI? Okay, the inevitable robot.
Right, yeah, that's a depressing thought.
And Vega's ultimate enemy was the Dark Lord of Hell. He has many names: Davoth, Satan, the Devil, the true first being who created all of existence.
But he's the master of all demons, the most demon-y demon of demons. And we all know what the Slayer does to demons. Say it with me now. Rip
and tear.
Oh yeah.
Wait. Why does the devil look like the Doomslayer?
Oh,
don't question that.
He wanted to take a form known for pure destruction. You see, Doom is
or maybe
in many
question
ways
it,
a
actually.
surreal postmodern story that is up to the player's interpretation.
Right.
Also, killing evil wannabe Doomguy.
Okay, so question it if you want, I guess.
Just badass.
The Doomslayer had fulfilled his purpose. He'd slain the Dark Lord, decimated demonkind, and trapped whatever scraps remained behind the closed gates of hell. And so, like an ancient weapon of prophecy, the Slayer was sealed away, ready to awaken at humanity's call when the fires open again.
All hail the Slayer, the Destroyer. He is more than a man. He is Doom.
Doom, hell yeah.
All right, the combatants are
set.
So we've run the data through all
is that Fall Guys? I'm not gonna pause it for this one. I still think Doomslayer is gonna win. And if Master Chief wins, that's gonna make me look really stupid, but
I'm not detecting enemy forces.
Perhaps
they left.
I do not see Master Chief winning this.
You sure demand a lot from a girl. Wait, around the corner. Be ready.
Enemy located. Combat will likely
How much
be
is
necessary.
Doomslayer actually gonna speak in this? That was Vega.
He astute.
All right, looking cool so far. A lot of guns at close range so far. Okay, one got through.
Alert. Portal detected.
Is that a rat? There's gotta be a reference or something. Okay, both weapons are fine. For now. Oh, he's ripping and tearing. Track sounds nice. Okay, kind of unarmed. You can just kick whatever you want. We're definitely seeing a lot of weapons. I do appreciate that. A lot of it feels like very clashy over and over and over again.
Chief, watch your six.
That was funny. And I assume we're going to hell. Yeah. Okay. Is that like lava or... Okay, we're not there yet.
You are surrounded.
Okay. Yeah, take a minute. Take a minute to take care of all these guys. Honestly, I appreciate this breaking up the monotony of, you know, the battle itself. Those demons look pretty cool.
What the hell just happened?
Come on, back to work. Very fluid.
What I can do about that annoying AI.
Do it. I'll finish this fight.
I mean, both of them are good at hacking.
I can no longer detect the enemy. Systems complete.
Okay, yes, because he can see normally invisible beings. See that jumping? He jumps good. Really helping him out. Really helping him out. Oh, shoot. Okay. Big laser clash. Oh, Jesus Christ. What happened? Oh my god. Chief's still here. Ouch. Oh crap. That's his point, that point of view stuff. Oh man. Ow! Oh god! Oh man! What a way to go! Well, at least I don't look like an idiot, but holy hell!
Triumphed, for he is doomed.
He is.
There's a lot going on here, so let's break this down. Starting
Sure.
with physical stats. Being a genetically enhanced super soldier, you'd probably expect the Master Chief to take the edge here.
Wrong.
Well, that's
Chief
if
can outrun a
Doomguy
cheetah
or
moving
Doomslayer is a normal
66
human.
miles per hour. The Slayer can outrun a rocket, zooming almost
Yeah.
8 times faster.
Master Chief can flip the 200-ton elephant platform. The Slayer can fling around these massive steel cubes, which each measure to over 400 tons.
He can take down Titans with his bare hands, so it adds up. If this came
Well,
down
yeah.
to a fist fight, he'd just punch Chief's head off.
Stats may go to the Doomslayer.
Yes, but of course that's
Master
not
Chief has
everything.
one trick the Slayer can't beat, his AI.
Yeah, Vega may be God repackaged as Siri, but Cortana is clearly the more dangerous computer pal.
Cortana
I
was
can
designed
accept
for
that,
combat
yeah.
encounters and battle planning. Vega oversaw a mining facility. Granted, Vega's nothing to laugh at, but Cortana's kind of famous for hacking ancient, all-known
Yeah.
technology on multiple
That
occasions.
makes enough sense.
And even if you want to argue Chief should have the weapon instead, she's still a copy of Cortana.
And when it comes to
Okay.
experience, Chief likely has more consistent training. Becoming a super soldier and one-man
Yes,
army is basically
if you
all
look
he
at it that
did
way.
since he was a child.
The Slayer may seem like a rampaging bull consumed by rage, and he is.
Sometimes,
but he
or-
was also
yeah.
a Marine and trained with the Night Sentinels.
And
Exactly.
since time in hell gets wacky, he fought demons non-stop for thousands of years.
Given the sheer variety of enemies, battles, and wars Master Chief has experienced, it's a tough call, but we think fighting demons for so long tips the scale to the Slayer.
Not
I think
that
that's
it matters
fine.
much, because we're on to the last and best
At best,
category,
I think it's a tie.
arsenals. From weapons to power-ups, both Chief and the Slayer had a ton of
I
stuff
think
they
it's like
could bring
quality,
into the battle.
quality
Both
versus
had
quantity.
means to turn
I don't know.
invisible or shield themselves from damage. Both had suits that could withstand extreme heat and intense hits.
Yep.
And both had so many weapons.
Technically, Master Chief had a greater variety of weaponry, but
Yes.
when it comes to sheer destructive power, the Slayer had him beat. The Unmaker
Yeah,
can
'cause
match
variety
the
really only
Spartan
helps if it,
laser's
like,
light
actively
speed without
lets you
having
win
to
the
worry about
fight.
charging up, and nothing on Chief's belt can match the raw power of the BFG.
Still, Master Chief did use a hardlight shield to survive a point-blank
Yep.
30 megaton bomb. However, Cortana was siphoning power from the Forerunner ship they were on to make that shield.
Oh,
So
were
it was
they?
a very specific circumstance not easily replicated. And it's clear that without
Okay.
the shield, he would have been obliterated.
Even if
Did I
he
miss
could
that
replicate
context, or
it,
did they
Doomguy
just
had
not
the
tell
weaponry
us?
To break through. Take the Crucible.
Remember, the Crucible holds power equivalent to 157
Yes, I tried to do this
kilowatt
calculation in my
hours,
head.
which directly
I thought it
converts
came out to more.
90 gigatons
Yeah.
of TNT. Even if you divided that power between the Crucible's 3 charges, a single swing from that sword is
enough.
at minimum 1,000 times more powerful than that
Yeah.
nuke. The Slayer gets the final nail in Arsenal, as he just had the better odds of actually taking the Chief down.
As
I
much
think that's
as
totally
Chief
fair.
tried to master the situation, he was doomed.
Basically what I was
Slay
expecting.
The winner is the
But at least you guys got to
Doomslayer.
see what you wanted, right? Good
Amen.
job, Doomslayer.
Next time
All right,
on
next time. I think it's
Death
going to be something completely new. Like something we haven't been teased about. Oh, wait, is it Simone versus Kyle? What? We're getting that already.
Subscribe and join.
Yeah, Gurren Lagann versus White Lantern. Well, Simone versus Kyle. I was not expecting this one to come so quickly. Holy crap. Okay, so they're definitely not going in the general order of the Kickstarter. They're doing whatever the hell they want. So I guess I can respect that, but it definitely makes things a lot more unpredictable. Okay, I definitely did not expect this one to be next. So are they really just going through so many Kickstarter matchups, like, all in a row? Because, like, we did just have, like, 2 of them in a row, because we had Shigaraki versus Mahito and then this one. So, and this is what I do consider, like, a Kickstarter matchup, because the rematch pool was revealed on the Kickstarter. And then we're getting to this one. So at this point, I don't even know what to expect next. Like, would the next one then be, Aang versus Traveler? That's another one from the Kickstarter. Or would that one be something that we have not heard of yet? I don't know. I was expecting this to be much later in the year. Not like, what would it be, May? Yeah, I was not expecting this to be the May release, but okay. Like, I'll definitely take this. This is one of my most wanted death battles, and I'm not, like, losing my mind at it, really, because we've known this one was coming for a long time. But it was in my original top 10 most wanted death battles when I made that video, like, a few years ago. So yeah, like, I'm absolutely excited for this. I cannot complain that this is coming super quickly. I just definitely didn't expect it. I thought, if anything, we were just going to get something that we had no idea was coming yet. Something that wasn't on the Kickstarter, something that wasn't teased to us at all. But no, it's actually Simone versus Kyle. That's going to be crazy. But anyway, I'll talk about that in my prediction. No idea when that's coming out, by the way, because that'll definitely take some thinking. But in terms of this episode, I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed the animation. Like I said, I think it was a little repetitive at the beginning. Like, they definitely tried to show a lot of different weapons, like, in the melee stuff, and even some of, like, the guns, like Point Blank or From a Distance. Like, they definitely made sure to go through a lot of the weapons. I do think once they got to Hell, though, it definitely felt a little less monotonous in, what the characters were doing. So I definitely appreciated that. And yeah, like, everything just seemed very fluid. Like, the Hell stuff especially, like, that's when I really started getting into it, I'll be honest. But the whole animation was still, was still fun to watch. And again, trying to go through as many different items as possible, or weapons, the arsenals, like, with characters like that, you definitely want to do that, and obviously this blows away the original Master Chief versus Doomguy, although that's not really fair. But, like, I do think, it was really fun to see this updated version of the episode, right? I still think, though, that, there are some things that this episode was never going to change my mind on, like, Doomslayer, I still think is much more powerful than Master Chief. I think, it's still very obvious that he wins, and the analyses just reinforce that to me. The conclusion reinforced that to me. I think a lot of what they said in the conclusion was very fair, very reasonable for comparing the characters together. So yeah, like, that all makes sense to me. And I'll definitely give it points for that. Like, if it told me something that didn't really compute to me, then I'd be a little concerned. But in terms of, this episode actually happening, like, there's still a part of me that would have liked to see maybe a different rematch, but the episode itself, was still well made. And at this point, I have no idea how people are going to react to death battles these days, because when I first saw Kratos versus Asura, like, I really enjoyed it. And, after thinking about it a little more, like, I can understand why some people have issues with it, but, like, I've seen this and I still thought it was very well animated. Like, I don't know if anyone has any issues with it. Again, I think if anything, it got better as it went on. Like, I can definitely say that for sure. And the analyses, I think, were fine. Definitely went into a lot of good detail. I do think that, again, with the whole thing about, Cortana drawing energy, like, I am kind of curious, did they say something earlier in the analyses that I missed, or did they just bring it up later? Because if they just brought it up later, that's a little slimy, but, whatever. It didn't really change how I thought the episode was going to go, or how the outcome was going to be. So, that's totally fine. But yeah, I still thought this was a fun episode, still a little unnecessary personally, but again, if this is the kind of thing that you really wanted to see, then I really hope you got what you wanted. This is just not really something that I put a lot of investment into. I never really felt like it was that important to discuss the debate, because I thought that everything had just been said already, and the outcome didn't really change my mind on that. But I understand that for some people, that's like a very small part of Death Battle. For them, they really want just the animation to be good. But for me, when I'm, trying to criticize or critique a Death Battle, I want to look at a lot of different elements. And if I see an element that I think is not as good, I'll still factor that in. But still, this was a well-made episode. I cannot deny that, and I'll definitely go into more detail in the podcast episode, hopefully coming out next week. But yeah, that's basically all I have to say about this episode for right now. Who did you think was going to win? Did you think Doomslayer was going to win? Did you think Master Chief was going to win? What did you think of the episode? Let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe if you could too. That would mean so much. It would really help my channel out. But no matter what, thank you so much for watching, and that's it for me. I will see all of you guys in the next video. Peace out.